Welcome back to this Let's Play of the original official campaign for Neverwinter Nights 2. Last time we recruited our final party member, had a little conversation in Laryngitis Central, and hopefully we're going to run into some people who, don't seem to have quite as many throat problems. We're here at Fort Locke. There are a bunch of side quests that I missed on doing earlier because I wanted to recruit my party first. We start down here at this bottom red map, red token on the map, and up to the left here there's just some random wolves I killed off screen. There's nothing particularly interesting about them, so we don't see any point in showing it. There's a little group here. Hey look, it's our friend Galen the Merchant. He's not being attacked by anything else, now he's being attacked by his guards. Okay, great. And, we can get a point of good and a point of lawful by helping him fight off his traitorous guards. And boy, are they hard. You can also side with the guards and fight Galen, and you'll get a special rapier for doing so. But it's not. I mean, it's essentially just a rapier +1, and it's not a big deal. And you can turn down his reward, and as usual, and get more good than before. But frankly, I've got plenty of good, and if you really wanted to be good, you just start good. I'm drifting that direction inevitably, anyways. I just happen to play that way. But changing your alignment from sort of neutral to good, there aren't any classes that require good to qualify other than Paladin. There are some classes that require non-good to qualify. So you do kind of have to watch out with some of the prestige classes that you don't accidentally make yourself ineligible for the class by being too nice. Or being too evil is possible, I guess, if you wanted to continue gaining levels as a Paladin. But generally, if you choose to play a Paladin and continue to gain levels as a Paladin, you're probably intending to play as a good character anyways. Though, you can still loot corpses and, murder people, and, there's no requirement for atonement. They didn't bother to code that part. I don't know, the Fallen Paladin is not a coded class, but I don't see why they couldn't have done it. Oh, I guess I forgot to pick up the remains from the guards. I'll do that off screen and be right back. Nothing real important. I cleaned up all just random loot lying around on the map. There's a bunch of just crafting materials at those crafting stations, and I did a little bit of, just buying and selling. There's a merchant here, Jacoby, who will sell crafting materials, and for the most part I'm not going to bother with the crafting system in the short term. I could really use another set of armor, but no one in my party has enough skill to actually make anything useful. So I'm going to buy this mithril ingot and this duskwood plank, just because those are very important crafting materials. Mithril is used to make some very nice armor. Essentially, every party member in your game is going to end up using mithril armor, except for the mages, except for me, of course, because I'm gonna end up using a mithril shield. But it's going to be a while before I'm going to be able to do anything with that. Duskwood is important because you can use it to make bows that are worth a lot of money to sell, and it's a real sort of good moneymaker in the game. But, again, just for much later. It would be nice if I could buy another set of armor for myself, but unfortunately I'm going to have to put up with not having any. Galen is here, and he has some more stuff for sale, but nothing really all that important. For the most part, he sells things for a little cheaper than Jacoby does, so if you can buy the same stuff, buy it from him, but there's not really all that much I want to buy right now. There are a couple of quests you can do out of here. The first one I'm going to do is just sort of the major quest for the fort. You have to talk to Marshal Cormac, and he's an old harborman, so he's, from our hometown, and we should know him, considering he's probably about the same age, and, heck, it's not like it's a big town. And you can talk, just blah, blah, blah. Words, 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 as Hamlet would put it. And the commander has gone missing, and the deputy here, Lieutenant Anton, has ceased the patrols, which is why there are all these problems with bandits. And we can talk to Anton, and we can say we want him to return the patrols. And you can either try to use diplomacy or bluff to get him to do it, or you can just ask to be paid. And you take a point of evil for doing it for 200 gold. And well, we'll see what we can do. There's another quest here. I'm not going to pick it up just yet. This is funny. They assume that Eleni is not in your party, and so she's here watching you, and then she runs around and, puts on her other armor and comes back. Oops. Bit of a continuity glitch. But let's head out to the graveyard. Unfortunately, we ran into something on the way out there. And it's just a bunch of bandits. And you can try and talk their way. Now, if you have a high enough diplomacy, you can actually talk your way out of this fight. And then tell Kelgar, it wasn't worth it as a fight. I can't because I am not that diplomatic. And, well, I guess I failed that. And, wow. So much for those bandits. Now, the advantage to actually fighting them is that you'll get this key, and it becomes useful later. If you choose not to fight them, I guess you could just pick the lock, but oh well. These greater gloves of concentration, if you choose to avoid fighting them, you can actually just have them walk away and just steal their treasure anyways.
Yes.
And we go pass out the greater gloves of concentration, and that's really it. I have to meet you back out on the map. Alright, heading to the graveyard, take 2. Now, this is an area where you really want to keep your companions under control, because they will, if you essentially allow them to just attack, they will charge all over the map, finding new enemy groups long before you actually want to fight them. If you're careful, you can sort of defeat them in detail, is the technical term, and not have to fight them all at the same time.
Who's for a fight? Come on!
Damn it all!
Yeah, I wish I had some armor, but oh well.
Nature will have its say.
Get on him! Attack! Attack! Attack!
As you can see, there are a lot more enemies farther in the distance. And if you're not careful with your party members, they will decide that, hey, that's a better target, even though it's nowhere nearby.
Everybody, follow me!
So you just tell them to hold position, or follow in this case, and just sort of pull them off one by one. And since these are zombies, they take their sweet time in getting here.
Come on!
But if you do it this way, you'll fight, 4 enemies at a time instead of 20 enemies at a time. And, if you're playing on an easier difficulty level, maybe this is not a big deal. But for me, since I'm playing on maximum difficulty, and my main character's short some armor, I don't really want to make this any harder than it has to be.
Who's for a fight? Come on!
Alright. Still not, looks like 9 guys left. Most of them are just sort of trivial skeletons and zombies. The skeleton captain is actually, I wouldn't call him hard. I mean, I just one-shotted him. But he is not, he can actually do some real damage. And the zombies all will have their nice little disease-inflicting attacks, which are really annoying. Fortunately, in this case, it's the animal companion that got diseased. You can use the medical kits to get around the disease if you have enough wisdom to actually succeed, but for the most part, it's easier to just sort of rest repeatedly and get through it that way. Oh, I suppose I should have actually cast Ghostly Visage. Oh well. And one guy left.
Get on him! Attack!
Well, that was fun. Anyway, I'll clean up all this stuff, rest up, and I'm actually going to end this episode here, and next time we will, you know, go grave robbing, because why are we here? Well, we think the lost commander of the fort is here. And if he's not, well, you can just bury him here, you know? Want to clear out the place. It's undead. We are dutiful adventurers, and we must hunt down undead. Yeah. Well, we'll dutifully do that next time, because we're out of time.